Sir Alex Ferguson has left Eric Ten Hag a brilliant gift at Man United. David De Gea isn't done yet. The Manchester United star has faced criticism in recent years, in a day and age where goalkeepers such as Ederson and Alisson seem to be all the rage. But his stunning display against West Ham on Sunday is proof of what he has to offer, and in one of Sir Alex Ferguson's last signings for the club, Eric Ten Hag has a more than capable shot stopper at his disposal. Manchester United weren't at their blockbuster best against West Ham on Sunday night, relying on a moment of magic from Christian Eriksen and Marcus Rashford to claim all 3 points. And De Gea was another hero of the hour for the Red Devils, with the goalkeeper producing some magnificent saves to keep the Hammers at bay. Admittedly, his distribution needs work, and perhaps he's not the same goalkeeper he was during the eras of Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho, when he dug them out of a hole every week on an unnerving basis. But make no mistake about it, De Gea is brilliant and United know that. In the 31-year-old, they have a man they can rely on. At the beginning of the season he, like his teammates, toiled in defeats to Brighton and Brentford. But De Gea is yet to put a foot wrong in the time since, and over a decade on from his arrival, is still very much the man in the no-one jersey at Old Trafford, both literally and figuratively. His display against West Ham was reminiscent to his earlier years at the club, with 2 saves standing out in particular. One was from a Kurt Zouma header, with the ball nearly beyond De Gea before he somehow clawed it away to safety, and the other was from Declan Rice in the closing stages, with the England international shot from distance spectacularly saved due to De Gea's athleticism. Ferguson always knew the Spaniard would be a hit at the club, even if the goalkeeper experienced teething problems upon arriving from Atletico Madrid back in 2011. And 12 years on, Ten Hag is now benefiting. There has been talk of United looking for a new no-one to replace De Gea this summer when the veteran's contract is due to expire. But if the United star can get better with his feet, something that started to happen over the last few weeks, then he can save the club a small fortune. De Gea has insisted he's happy at Old Trafford and would love to stay rather than seek a new challenge elsewhere at this stage of his career. And his performances of late suggest he's earned that right, even if football has no room for such sentiment. De Gea remains a trusted pair of hands at United. Without him, they'd have failed to beat West Ham and would be approaching the World Cup on a low note. But that didn't happen and Ten Hag knows it. Speaking after the win against the Hammers, he said, "Everyone has his own opinion, but for me, the first thing for a goalkeeper is to protect the goal and make sure you don't concede goals. In that fact, he is magnificent. But with the feet he has capabilities as well. That is not only with the keeper but also the one in front and what options you give to bring passes in. I am convinced he can do it. The games so far he proved it." And Ten Hag also proceeded to hint that De Gea was a part of his plans for the long term, backing the ex-Atletico star to keep improving in the future. "When we come to an end with this block, we have the World Cup and then we have to think about it," he said. "In the background we have our strategies for how to deal with it, but it is clear already, and I have already emphasized it several times, I am really happy with David. He is a great goalkeeper. He is only 31. He is fit. He can progress even more. He was already impressive good for Manchester United, and I think he will do that in the future as well." In other news, Anthony Martial is back in training with his Manchester United teammates and will hope to be involved in first-team action this week with trips to Real Sociedad and Aston Villa to come. The 26-year-old has been limited to just 4 appearances so far this season, 3 in the Premier League and 1 in the Europa League, with a string of minor injuries hampering his progress, the latest being a back problem. When he has got on the field, the striker has looked good, scoring 3 times in his 4 appearances, 3 of which came as a substitute. This carried on the impressive form he was showing in pre-season, and there seems little doubt that Eric Ten Hag is keen to use Martial regularly if he can get himself fit consistently. The France international will hope to be in the squad on Thursday when United go to Real Sociedad in the Europa League, but if that comes a touch too quickly for him, then a Premier League visit to Aston Villa comes around on Sunday. After this week, the Red Devils will then have just 2 more games before the break for the World Cup this winter. This sees them host Aston Villa in the League Cup before traveling to Fulham in the Premier League. There remains an outside chance Martial could scrape into the France World Cup squad, but it does not seem likely even if he proves fitness and form in the coming days. Given the wealth of attacking talent France have at their disposal, Martial's lack of game time and form last season will be too much to make up for. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.